Hey, welcome to All Things SEO with Jay. Today we're going to talk about link building and what you really need to know before you start one or hire an SEO agency. Or if you hire an SEO agency and they want to do link building, what you should know and what to look for. Maybe there is something out there that you should be doing before you do link building, whether you're on a budget or a timeline. There's a lot of ambiguity or upsells in the space. A lot of so-called gurus are saying do link building. All you need is link building, get your domain rating high, and things like that. So I want to give you a couple examples of and show you what link building actually does in comparison to what you should be doing, and things like that. So let's start with looking at hrefs, and looking at our site's SEO rank SERP, the SEO agency that I have. You can see that the backlinks is pretty well, about 46,000 referring domains, about 596. So it could be better. The domain rating is definitely a little bit high, and the ranking is kind of good. So um, if you look at this report, you're happy, right? Uh, However, let's look at the traffic here. Um, SEO agency is a very hard space to get into. The traffic that you want to generate for uh, when you if you want to start an SEO agency, it's a bit hard to try to rank for organic. So a lot of people go with PPC and things like that. But we get a good amount of traffic every day to get a few deals here and there. I'm not too focused on generating a multi-business here. I just want to focus on a couple sites at a time because we're a boutique SEO agency. So I'm not too worried about that. But when I started the link building outreach, I wanted to really see if it really makes sense to do link building versus the other thing that you could do, which is build content. Now, I'm always content first and then link building. But a lot of people out there are looking for link building because they want to see the numbers here. This is tangible here. You can see visibly that your ranking or your domain authority is increasing. But the traffic here, you're not getting the traffic. You're getting a good amount of impression increase, but the traffic stays the same. Uh, let's look at this site here, which has an href ranking of 41 million, so it's pretty bad. Domain rating is 2.7, links about 45, and this we did not focus on doing any outreach whatsoever. No link building has been done for this site, and we gained about 45 links. Now the results is there. So yeah, it does take a while to work, but the traffic increased from 3 to now close to 40, mid 40s, uh, with no link building and just strictly content building. Now I need you to understand the big difference here. This site does have content. It's not only about doing the outreach. So we spent money and time building content and also do the link building outreach. So we spent 2 times the amount to get this result with this much to show for within a year. of experimentation. There is really the only traffic that we get from the site is through our articles. Same thing here, except for this the main website. Over here, the main website gets 9. And the keywords that we focused on: SaaS SEO agency, no clicks. Link building does not help increase ranking as well. Over here, you're getting a lot of clicks. So, would you want to spend time doing link building and build content where you have to spend 2 times the amount of money for no results, or the results you get is through content, or just strictly focus on building content and gain free links because you are writing the best article, putting your best foot forward with content, so that you could rank number one, and you could gain more natural links by people going to your site or going searching for an answer, and that you're the number one, and they'll link that uh, because you're number one. So you spend money on content, time on content, you will get links. Now, it doesn't, like, you could see this as a very lucrative business, and a lot of SEO agency will start link building, and then you'll look at this result and then you'll be happy, right? But there is no connection with traffic, uh, versus when you do link building versus building the right content and getting more traffic because you are focusing on that. Okay. Um, John Mueller always says, give the best content, write the what people are searching for. Headings are really important. Structured data is important. And he goes to say link building is pretty much pointless. There is no need for you to do link building. The only reason what they do with link building is because Google bots crawls every page that exists in the world, and every link is a door for them to crawl. Once they go to your site, it starts to crawl and index your site. So link building is to help Google notify you of the time and place, and then notice that you have a website about X, and it starts to crawl your site. Googlebot has to identify that your page exists. Now you could do a sitemap submission, uh, or start Google Search Console, create a Google Search Console, submit a sitemap submission, also do Google My Business, create content to rank for keywords, links, link building. So if you do a guest post for a different site, and Google crawls that site, and then you have a link on that article, it then goes to your site and starts crawling. Kind of, there's multiple ways, more than this, I'm sure, where Google will try to find your site so that they could start crawling your site. And that's what you really need to focus on. When you first start um, a website, yeah, you might want to do one or two link building, but you have to rely on, let's say you have two sites. Oh no, three. Let's do four, five. Five different link building, right? Google has to go to this site, or Google might go to this site first, and then your link, you have your link, and then they'll go to your site to crawl your site. But if you submitted your sitemap, if you open Google Search Console, this is probably another way that Google crawls your site first versus you're relying on Google to go to a specific site to find your link and then start crawling. And you're just kind of gambling on that. If it's a news site, if they constantly publish a site, this is why a lot of people try to get links from Inc., Forbes, and things like that, because once they publish an article, a lot of these articles are indexed within seconds, and this is why your links start. Googlebot crawls that site faster and finds your links, and then your site becomes a little bit more popular, right? Um, if you don't have that opportunity, which sometimes it will cost you 500 or 1,000 or a couple $1,000 for a PR release, or guest or an article piece and things like that, then yeah, if you're able to get a news site to publish your site, this has a higher probability of Google finding your site and start crawling your site and indexing your site and things like that. But if you do multiple guest posts, if you have 1 to 100 links on several sites, like 500 or 600, you have to wait till Google crawls any of those sites to identify your links. So that's still going to take time for Google to do that. And you're kind of rolling the dice to tell Google, or Google's rolling their dice to find maybe one of that site, and then they'll identify your link, and then your site will start crawling and get indexed. But if you build more content, if you constantly submit your site, so if you click on inspect URL and add in the new article that you wrote, you could do request indexing, and then you'll now see that this URL is on Google. So once you have that, then you just have to wait for Google to index that page, find the right headings, understand that content better, and then you'll have Google will index you for the keywords that they think is this article is fit for. So how to get physical address, how to get business address, how to get address for my business, and things like that. You start to rank for these, and then with all the data, with the people coming into your site and staying, if your content is relevant or not, then you'll be able to rank better. So this is why you really want to focus on building content versus trying to gamble on link building and then trying to see if it produces any type of results or not. In paper, again, this is what you see. Looks amazing. And this is what SEO agency is known to do versus the lesser thing is building content. Now, why would you want to spend time building links, writing articles for guest posts to post on other people's site when you should be focusing on writing articles with the right relevant keywords, uh, so that your site is known for specific keywords, and then you are now categorized uh, from Google that you are a virtual box rental service or a executive office service, or if you write more about SEO SEO evaluation, why your business needs SEO, uh, Google will start to rank you for a lot of these relevant keywords because you are writing more about that instead of writing content for other people, and they'll reap the benefit and you won't. You might rank for a specific keyword because you anchor text those keywords, but that in itself is a 50-50 up results as well. I'll create a video for that as well. But again, if you do not focus on content, and it's not just about publishing 100 million content that's related to your site or your business, it's about writing content so that you are able to rank number one, so you get the traffic, but you also get the links. And so instead of paying $20 per article or finding the cheapest article writer out there to produce some article, you should have an SEO agency come up with a strategy of what type of article that should be written, how it should be written, structure for feature snippets, what kind of people are searching for that specific keyword, what type of audience, and you need a SEO strategist to write the best content so that you can rank number one, uh, and then get more links. So instead of hiring writers to write um, your articles, you need an SEO strategist to identify the opportunities for you to rank well for your site. So John Mueller said heading tags are really a strong signal um, for to help you rank better. Okay. So headings on a page helps us understand the content on the page. Headings on the page are not the only ranking factor that we have. We look at content on its own as well, but sometimes having a clear heading on a page gives us a little bit more information on what that section is about, and you really have to write based on sections. So if you look at people also ask, these are sections that really pop. A lot of people are looking for specific answers, and it's not really about an ultimate guide or 3,000 word long form article. You really need to target on specific questions, specific um, keywords, concerns, obstacles that people are really searching for, and not giving a whole Bible on specific content. The other important thing that the reason why you need an SEO strategist is so that you could, uh, depending on the SEO strategist, uh, implement structured data. And these are not just structured data that you just put, uh, that a lot of people use that could automate the structured data, like article, blog posting structured data. These are the type of content. So if, for example, here, uh, two people playing the Angry Birds game, these are structured data that you might be able to describe a scenario, or there's a lot of different structured data that Google doesn't implement, but schema.org has a ton of structured data to kind of help explain what that content is about. So, are you referring to a person? Are you referring to a movie clip, a book series, TV, a specific diet or recipe? If you provide these type of structured data, it helps Google crawl and read that structured data to define that content better, so that uh, it does, because it does take time, as you can see here, for Google to really understand the type of content you've been writing, to be able to then help provide that relevant content to a specific user. So structured data headings has to be optimized. There's obviously a lot more, like title tags, meta description, images, bullet points. A lot of these stuff really needs to be taken care of, so that it could provide the best result, best information for the users, so that you could be able to rank better and get more links. So um, if you have any questions about what I've discussed here, leave a comment below. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, all things SEO with Jay.